So we are discussing about electricity and the hazards and the controls. And one of the productive control is all about inspection and maintenance strategies, especially for the fixed wiring systems and portable appliance testing. That means PAT testing, combined inspection and testing. So, for the fixed wiring systems, the test recommended like electrical installations condition report. We call it EICR. I repeat again, electrical installations condition report, EICR. That report actually must be there at least after 3 years or 5 years of our fixed wiring system. So then we can find out plenty of uh, areas to improve, or maybe any gaps, lacks, or uh, any damage to the system can be observed through this report. And especially like in Saudi Arabia, even the landlords, they are responsible legally also to provide that report to the tenants, with that guarantee that the electrical system is perfectly installed and validated and still have sufficient power to move on for several years. The second system which we truly have to apply is the PAT, like the portable appliance testing, and also we have combined inspection and testing. So let's move with the one group exercise. Look at the picture. Consider the use of portable electrical tools at home or at work, iron, sander, or drill. Discuss how the tools leads and plugs become damaged, and what you would look for if you were checking that they are safe to use. Let's go with the last question, like what you would look for if you were checking that they are safe to use. Look at the picture. If you are going to be the user, like the end user, so what things you're going to inspect? What elements are important? Do you have a separate inspection checklist for such kind of plugs? How are you going to verify, or you will just rely on the visual inspection, or there is any some further critical points which need to be evaluated before even you decide to use that plug? And especially in our residential compounds, I'm not talking about Saudi Aramco or Sadar or Sabiq or Royal Commission or Saudi Electricity, but several other developing contractors. They're not having very much productive, effective system, especially for their employees' residential compounds. And as a safety auditor, noted a lot of times the horrible conditions, and they don't bother about it. Still they believe they can use it, they can cut the wire and have no need of and nobody is there to sometime evaluate and go in each room and double check either they are following the safety regulations or not. Anyway, if you are the one going to check, what things you're going to check actually? How you will inspect the plug before even you decide to use it? Look at the picture also.
Salam alaikum.
Walaikum assalam, Mr. Fawaz.
Yes, you see here there is a three-wire connection, so we need to inspect if this wire is fixed well, no cable has come out from this connection,
Mhm,
and there is no loose.
mhm,
Also, this views if it's okay or burn,
mhm,
So this is another thing. So we need to check if this wire also have, it doesn't have a scratch and
mhm.
wire opening, so it will not make electric shock while fixed or burn. Uh, and this is some of inspection.
Mhm. Mr. Fawaz, one thing very interesting might be you will also be noticing. Like if you ask any company, even including your Sadara, that how many number of plugs you are using every day. or total number of plugs you have within Sadara premises, you'll be shocked with the number
Okay.
actually.
Yeah, thousands. Many.
Uh,
Yeah.
And our safety inspectors, how much energy they can put in place, to check everything actually. So that is why the end user, the person who's going to use it actually, must be made responsible to inspect, to double check. And
Sure,
yes,
sure.
we as a safety department, we can train them, we can advise them,
Yes,
we can
yes.
give them a kind of checklist even. So I totally agree, the points what you shared, Marshall, and pointed out that these are the things must be verified, but a little bit more deeper as per Nebo's theory. So let's see what they are talking about. First of all, what they mention is the user have to check the body of the plug in at, and also secure outer flap sheet covers all inner wires, plug in appliance cable clamped tight, flaps fully insulated and no splits or kinks, body of appliance intact, no damage to casing of equipment, no burns or any kind of scratch marks, or not soiled or wet. We also can have some kind of formal visual inspection, like the user checks plus like remove plug cover and check the inside, like you mentioned, the fuse, the connections are secure, the terminals are secure, no signs of internal damage, and make sure the person is competent to inspect. So basically, this is under the direct supervision of the end user. So much better strategy is we must try to train them, wherever they are using the plugs. Either they are using power tool, that is why they have to use plugs. So make sure the end user, all end users, we can give them a kind of inspection checklist and make sure they are performing that inspection. Now we have combined inspection and testing. And for combined inspection and testing is a game of visual inspection which may fail to detect deterioration of insulation and defective earth pathway. Inspection and test well suspect equipment is defective after repair and modification, and also at appropriate intervals, and make sure the person is competent. Now, what should be the frequency of inspection and testing? No doubt it is entirely determined by the legal standards and code of practice. Let me just share one of the link of the UK regulations in our WhatsApp group. So whenever you get time, you just can study or have some more insights about the electrical, like overall procedure, like guide for electrical safety standards, as per UK regulations. I already shared the link. Now, manufacturer recommendations, initially integrity and soundness of the equipment, age of the equipment, working environment, frequency and duration of use, foreseeable abuse of the equipment and effect of any modification or repair, and also analysis of previous maintenance records. So it's all depends on, these are the factors, the inspection and testing frequency need to be confirmed. Now, what are the advantages and limitations of PAT? What are the advantages and limitations of PAT, portable appliance testing? What are the advantages and limitations? Any one of you, please. What are the advantages and limitations of PAT, portable appliance testing? What are the advantages and limitations of PAT? And like if in IG2 especially, if they create a scenario and somewhere they are putting an incident or accident, and the reason is this plug, so then surely that particular material will be really helpful because you surely need to mention, what as a safety advisor you will be performing different activities, in line with that incident, and how are you going to interrogate? What actions or preventive actions you're going to take to avoid reoccurrence? How are you going to made responsible to different, within the organization or different role, like could be the general manager, could be the project manager, and what would be your responsibilities as a advisor, a kind of safety advisor, and within in line with the scenario, how you would elaborate, because the scenario is kind of a real scene. Like one incident happened because of that plug. If they put that scenario inside the exam IG1, then of course that material will be so much helpful in chat. So you can get plenty of technical points or vocabulary or sign of controls you can mention there. But the question is, what are the advantages and limitations of PET? So as per Nibosh, these are some of the advantages, like detects fault not visible to the eye. These are the benefit of portable appliance testing. Also early removal in advance, proactively repair of unsafe equipment. It also demonstrates legal compliance and identifies trends or patterns of faults. But having said that, bear in mind there are some limitations also. Provides proof of safety at one moment in one time only. And it does not ensure safe use or preventive misuse. And also on the other side, items may be missed and then remain untested. Can't be applied to all equipment, e.g. including computers. So that was all about the element 11, and we have discussed the principles of electricity, especially the voltage, current and resistance, and the formulas. How to find voltage if we have current and resistance figures available. Same way, the relationship between voltage, current and resistance. We discussed the hazards of electricity, especially the electric shock, burns, direct or indirect could be there, fire and explosion, and I added one slide from my side, the causes of fire and explosion, and you discuss several reasons, you share your experience, and we also seen how Nibosh have guided us, an arcing and secondary effect as well, explain the range of effects of electric shock and how the severity of injury is influenced by several factors. Outline the reasons why portable electrical equipment is often involved in electrical accident. We also discuss the various protective systems that can be used for electrical equipment, the importance of restricting work on electrical systems, especially to make sure only the competent persons are being used. Outline the use of safe systems of work, especially to control the high risk associated with work on the near electrical systems. Describe an emergency procedures to put in place if a person is injured in an electrical incident. And also we discuss and explain the importance of user check, formal visual inspection and combined inspection and testing. No, but I just planned one video for all of you. So for discussion, which is directly having link with this topic. And that is why I snatched some time. Luckily, I found this video. It was in my second laptop. So sometimes things are hard to find.